One of these books is by far the worst books I've ever read. I was so annoyed and so irritated as I was reading this book that I actually left a review on Goodreads. And I don't normally do that, but the way this book irritated me so much, I didn't want to bore you guys with a rant. So I decided to just like leave a book review on Goodreads. So let's get into it. I firstly want to take this time to say I'm very sorry for ghosting you guys. And life has been doing what life does, as you guys know. As a finance girly, we were in between budgeting, forecasting, so I was just busy, busy, busy. But I'm not going to bore you guys with all of that. I am going to get straight into it. Today we are doing not one, but two book recaps. We're going to start with the book I read first, Mad. Mad by Chloe Esposito. I know for a fact I am butchering her surname, and that's okay. Let me tell you, this is one of the books that when you see it in bookstores, in bookshelves, wherever, you are immediately like drawn to this book. You know they say don't judge a book by its cover, but I judged the book by its cover and I fell in love with the cover and I had to read it. Say 7 days of sin, 7 days of secrets, 7 days to steal her sister's husband. Of course I want to read it. Of course you have me. And then the way this book starts, guys. Disclaimer, day 1, sloth. The 7 deadly sins. Day 2, envy. Day 3, wrath. Day 4, lust. I was waiting for her to get to day 4. Day 5, gluttony. Day 6, greed. Day 7, pride. I was like, I have to know. I need to read this book. And then it says, disclaimer. There's something you should know before we go any further. My heart is in the wrong place. So is my stomach, my liver, and my spleen. All my internal organs are on the opposite side, in exactly the place they shouldn't be. I'm back to front, a freak of nature. 7 billion people on this planet have their hearts on the left, mine is on the right. You don't think that's a sign? This is one of those openings that just grabs you. It just grabs you and you want to know. So let's get into this book. So this book is about two sisters, Elvie and Beth. They are twins, identical twins. One of them, her life is a mess. Elvie, that's the girl. That's who is telling the story. That's who is trying to steal her sister's husband. Then you have Beth. Beth is beautiful. Beth is perfect. Beth is living the life that all of us want to live. Listen, she is married to a guy with an accent. She's living in a different country. You know, she has a fast car. She has a beautiful baby. She's everything. And then Elvie, yeah, her life sucks. She just got fired because, let me tell you what this girl does. Beginning of the book, this is how I get to know you. This is my intro to you. And my intro to you is you at work sending like con, PORN, con on your work Twitter. Like, already I was like, this girl is dumb. You are saying boo hoo, it's me, my sister is all of this and that. My mom loves my sister more than she loves me. But girl, you deserve to get fired because what the hell did you just do? What the actual hell did you just do? What the hell? And then she gets to her apartment and she's talking about how her roommates are nasty, disgusting. And I was like, girl. Turns out she's a nasty, disgusting one. She's dirty, she's filthy, she is all of that and more. And then she gets a message from her sister saying, can you please come see me? I gave birth to the baby. I really need to see you. I really need you to meet my baby, you know. And she's like, nope. She's not interested in going to see her sister. And the reason why she's not interested to go to see her sister is because, quite frankly, she wants her sister's life. She excuse me, she wants her sister's husband, she wants her sister's baby, she wants all of that. So going to visit her sister is just going to be traumatic for her. She's like, I'm not all about this. I'm not all about this. So eventually her life is crumbling down. It's not like her life is, it's so bad. It's so bad. I felt sorry for her. And one thing I loved about her, and you guys will realize that is the only thing I love about her. Everything about her I utterly despise. In fact, the twin sister that is apparently the villain in the story, Beth, is who I side with every single day. Not that Beth is a good person or anything like that, but Alvi is a disgusting human being. She is the worst. Zero accountability, nasty, raging alcoholic, lust filled bee with an each. Like, just, this book is. Okay. So eventually she decides to go see her sister. When she gets there, her sister is acting weird, unlike herself. She's got like bruises on her body. She's, all like, this book has the makings of something amazing, but it is horrible. This is the worst book I've ever read. I was irritated from like every part of it. It had, when she arrives, she's in a foreign country. Here's her sister's husband. I thought there was gonna be some steamy, I was willing to look the other way as she steals her sister's husband, but she's horrible. She's such a horrible person, and she's not a reliable narrator. She's a liar. She lies to herself. I actually think that LV has mental health problems. I don't know what they are. I think she's narcissistic. She has victimhood mentality. She has zero accountability. She's delusional. I feel like everything that is happening in her head. I mean, she does kill her sister. She kills her sister's husband. She starts having an affair with the neighbor that her sister is having an affair with. By the way, Beth is having an affair. And after that, she kills that guy. And out of nowhere, there's the mafia involved. And she has, like, one of the reviews that I read after I read this book, I actually wish I read the reviews before I started reading this, because maybe that would have warned me. Maybe that would have stopped me from wasting my time. But one of the reviews is, this felt like a cheap corn film or something. Because out of nowhere, it's like, it's not even enjoyable. Like, the adulty steamy stuff, it's not at all enjoyable. It is disgusting. It's unbelievable. I think this was made I think this book was written in order to make, like, one of those fast-paced movies that you're only going to watch once and you're going to be like, what the hell did I watch? But because of the drama and the lifestyle and everything, you're going to want to watch it. That's this. The writing is appalling. I don't know if it's because the narrator is, like, even the way she writes her, and I think she writes how the narrator is thinking or speaking, but it's so, it goes in like 20 pages. This goes from, I'm gonna steal my husband, my sister's husband, to I'm gonna kill my sister and I have zero guilt. You killed your sister. She might be horrible, but do you have no regret? Oh, and by the way, she killed her sister's husband thinking that the sister's husband is abusive. He's not. The bruises on the sister's body is because the sister is smashing some other guy and that guy is violent. Not violent, like aggressive. I don't even feel like recapping the rest of this, but basically they steal money, they burn stuff down, they, murder, 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 and they leave the country, and then after this book, you go to the next book, which is, I think, bad. I mean, the title of the book is bad. So I said, I'm not reading this. I'm not going to waste my time. I think I lost a couple of brain cells reading this book. That's how bad. And again, guys, this is 100% my opinion. Feel free to read it. I think any published work deserves some kudos, because publishing a book is not easy. Writing a book is not easy. So this, Chloe, it's not a reflection on you. It is a reflection on me. I just hated the way you wrote this book. I hated the story. I hated everything. And it had the makings of such a great book. That intro, I thought it was going to show me some, the duality between the two sisters. I would have really loved to read about an evil stepsister. I mean, not an evil stepsister, but an evil twin sister. Like, you have two twins raised by the same parents. One is good, one is evil. What made them the way that they are? But as you read Alvi talk about all the things Beth did to her, you realize, my girl Elvie, you are the problem. You have victim mentality. I just can't. I'm sorry, but one of the things that I hate women that have zero accountability. In fact, I hate human beings that cannot take accountability. I cannot stand people with victim mentality. And that's it for me. Would I recommend it? No. Rate out of 10, can I give a -0? Like -10. I lost brain cells reading this. I will not put any of you guys through this. But if you are, if you are interested, if you are curious, go ahead, check it out. Support the author. I'm all for supporting the authors, even though I hated this book. It is by far the worst book I've ever read. And I say this it sounded, guys, and I've said this to you guys before, I used to read Wattpad. This feels like I was reading a Wattpad book. But even they are sometimes better. And that says a lot. That says a lot. I'm sorry. Not for me. Never again. I will not read bad. I am not interested in finding out what happens in bad. I will not read dangerous to know. I'm not going to waste my time. So let's move on to something else. Anyway, let's talk about this baby. Sundays at Tiffany's.